Hello. How's everybody doing tonight? I take it you guys can hear me and see me okay. And the reason why I ask is I'm back out at my desk. I had to clear the pile off of it to make it work. Hey, Lisa Colovi. Hey, Strange Reality. Hey, Broke Cowgirl. Hello, Holman's Homestead. Hello, Andale. Hope you're doing well, Andale. Sending you love. Thank you, friend. Perfect. Perfect. So I wanted to give you guys some updates. We've got Grant is still in with the ladies. We're waiting for the ladies to come into heat. I suspect next week and the week after. That's how they usually work out. Oh, Andale, that's wonderful. Wonderful. Great news. Wonderful news. So he is still hanging out with the ladies, and it's a free-for-all feeding time. Grant gives Eleanor a run for his money, let me tell you. And it's been absolutely, let me get that out right, absolutely gorgeous. We had that one day of cold and snow, and we probably got, I think the news said 6 to 8 inches, and it's gone already. That's how warm it's been. And the sun has been incredible, drying up everything here since we cut down so many trees. So I was very excited about that. Hey, Christine, thanks for being here. Good to see you. So we're really excited. We're waiting on rope that we ordered to come because we have to do a rope and pulley system on 2 of the trees, which is the safest way to get them down given where they are. It's a lot different when you're cutting trees and you don't have buildings in the way, but we've got a lot of buildings in the way. Hey, Craig. So so we're really excited about that. So as soon as that comes, but we did cut one today. And I don't know if you guys remember, we had one tree that stood tall over the turkey pen, which is now where Waylon and Hank are. And we had a branch that broke off from another tree and got hung up in that tree. And it's been hanging there for at least 3 years. We couldn't reach it. We hoped every time it was windy that it would blow down. It never did. It seemed like it settled in more. Well, we finally cut that tree down today. So I'm really thankful we don't have to worry about that nonsense anymore. And then we drove down and back today and assessed the trees in the back, and really it's not that we're going to get a lot more sun back there because the ones that are blocking the sun are the ones that are really more the perimeter, and those are ones we really want to stay away from because it does afford us privacy. We're pretty secluded. It's kind of nice, and we have neighbors all around us, but we're not ready to take those down. Plus, they cause issues because they're so close to other people. Excuse me. So, but we did look down and back, and we're going to see if the really tall, straight ones in the back, we could bring them to, have a sawmill by them or something. So we'll see how that goes. But the ones up top are all going to firewood to a neighbor, so that'll be good. Trying to think what else. Oh, you see what time it is, right? The tomato seedlings are growing. So that's really good. Going to be up potting them soon. Yeah, there is road noise. We definitely have more road noise, and that's another reason why we don't want to cut some of the perimeter ones down. But it's just nice to, if you guys have been watching our videos, and what you don't see is us trying to maneuver around the trees with the side-by-side. You usually see it where it's parked, or you see it where I've driven it on roads that we've made, but you have not seen the maneuvers we have to make. And then if you add into it, like doing chores when the sun is setting and you can't see behind you, it just was a pain. Now it's nice and open. So it's making a huge difference. So we're real excited about that. I think I'm going to post a short of the one that we dropped this morning because it was interesting. It hit another tree and the top snapped off, but thankfully it landed where it needed to land. Poor Norman. Norman went shooting out of his building when he heard the crack, but of course he wasn't in danger, but it just was crazy. I just want to go back to the chat here. Spartman, what's happening? Do you know who show? Yeah, it's really cool. So even though the preliminary plans always change. I think the plans for the trees have changed 60 times once you get going on it. And so the ones in the back, so if you have seen this, we have 3 pastures that go to the back of our property. And then there's a spot. So the pasture's in here, and then there's a spot. We're going to create one more, and we're going to create gates to go from the existing pastures, from 2 of them, to the last one that we're making, if that makes sense. That way, they'll all have gates, and we can drive in to rake them out, because we have to rake them out. No, we are not done cutting trees. We took one down today. We have at least 2 more, possibly 4 or 5 more. It depends. Then we're going to go down in the back and start assessing more to cut down there. But the ones in the back are the ones we're going to try and see if a mill will buy, because they're nice and tall and straight. They'd be great for milled pine. Plus, we can haul them whole up to the top of the property and then have them pick them up. Whereas when you cut it for firewood, we're not doing that. We cut it to the length the person needed. Another crazy day on the frozen tundra, said Spartman. Are you in an area where you could grow trees other than pines or evergreens? I suppose so. I know that what's here is ponderosa pine, aspen. I think that's the majority. I mean, I'm sure that other trees would grow. They're just not prevalent, but I don't know, really. Christine said, it's amazing what taking out a few trees will do for the land. I used to be no trees shall be touched. Yeah, the benefit of having fewer, absolutely. So the only thing that I don't like that I'm going to have to do is I'm going to, like I talked about last week, once we cut everything down and then we're done cutting up here, when that's done, we're going to rake everything, and then we get spring snow. So I'm sure we'll get more snow. And what I'm going to have to do is lock my chickens in the coop for a while, because what I want to do is I want the seed. I want to throw seed out when it snows. So that way the seed settles in. But the chickens, as you know, will eat it all. I'm convinced they ate it all in the pastures from the pigs last year. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I'll be really curious to see how it grows up this year. So right by where the turkeys used to be, where the little pigs are now, used to be a very lush carpet of yarrow. And the pigs love it. So I don't know. I'm assuming the grass is going to grow and crowd that out. So we'll see what happens. Seems like once you get West River, there aren't many non-pine trees. Yeah. It's true. I think there's some hardwood in Rapid, I think. But yeah, we're total Black Hills. Morning, Blue. Good to see you. So anyway, it's a work in progress, but the beautiful thing is it's drying up much nicer. Right now, we're at that stage where the ground is frozen and the top part is mush, which is pretty nasty. The pastures look disgusting because of that. And of course, dumping the stock tank down that way, because it's the only way I have to empty it, makes it pretty gross. But we'll see what happens. We're going to get down there and make it basically easier for us to drive around, easier for us to clean the pastures, because with small land, we have to rake the pastures more often. And plus it removes the pine needles that choke everything out. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm pretty stoked about it. It's one of those things where you start cutting trees down and then you realize how windy it gets, because before it used to be the trees, when there was so many trees, they would sway together. Now you see one that's exposed and it's like, oh, that one's got to come down too. I don't know about black walnut trees. I just know that we had them in North Carolina, but I didn't have animals there. Thanks, Anne. Yeah, we're really excited because we found out that we still have fencing left over. So we'll be able to do that in addition to repairing the current fencing, and shoring that up and everything like that. So, and it'll be nice to get some gates on there. We'll probably do like 8-foot gates so he can drive through with the tractor and get in there and do it a lot more efficiently. The only pasture we can't do is the girls. That's the one we rake by hand because it's a challenge. It's a challenge. Yeah, it has been a great surprise. We're real excited about it and everything. So we'll see how it goes. But it was nice to look around at your stuff and then go, wow, I forgot we had this. So it's like a page wire fencing, but again, it's good for the external, and then we'll get the panels to put in, and I think we'll just put posts closer together. Norman doesn't try to go anywhere, but it would also give Grant a double. If Grant got out of his place, which he likes to do when the grass is greener on the other side, that would give him a second place to be, and that would keep him contained. Excuse me. Got the garden tilled again today, played with the baby goats, planted potatoes, and have the grandson for the weekend. How fun. How fun. So let's talk about some homestead stuff. So like, what do you guys got going on? Like Gwen just talked about what she had going on. What do you guys have going on, or what, what things do you have questions about? Hey, Rising Swine. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Jake, Nunya, Texas. Good to see you. Who? And Gwen sold the Houdini cow. Nice. Make your property work for you. We are making changes to ensure we can manage as we age. That is huge. That is absolutely huge. And that is one thing we do work on. We made mistakes with things and realized that that was a bad idea. And we are all about working smarter, not harder. And in addition to that, Christine, we also have learned like not taking any chances when it comes to doing things, because you can't get hurt, right? When you're older, you don't want to get hurt. Oh, congrats, Jake. Congrats. That's awesome. I love piglets. They're the best. Christine said it's calving season for us. Yep, it's calving season for the Cow Emporium also. Gwen, I don't know if you're calving now as well. But yeah, that's awesome. That's really awesome. Gwen's trying to figure out where I want to plant my 6 new fruit trees. That's awesome. And Jake, your piglets, did they come out of Gizmo? Was it Gizmo from Bland's? Super cute. Okay, Gwen said nearly all hers have calved already. Yeah, Gwen had, not Gwen, I'm sorry. Annette and Glenn at the Cow Emporium had, their maternity ward was filling up. So, oh, cool. Gizmo and Peppa. That's awesome. That's awesome. We were excited tonight because Was it last weekend? Yeah, so now we have had our pigs since 2021. We had other pigs before that, but 2020, 21, no, 2021, we started with all of them. We bought them all as piglets. We raised 2 for meat that were not kuni, and then we raised all of our kunis from piglets, the breeders. Then you guys know when we first farrowed, we kept Norman, so that throws another year, right? Takes forever. So the piglets we sold in 2022, I think they were butchered at like 13 or 14 months, maybe 15 months. No more than that. The owners who are friends of ours now, and they brought us over some bacon and some kuni pork chops, and oh my gosh, they were delicious. So delicious. Hey, New York gal, Florida heart. Sold a bunch of baby goats, just need to sell 200 chickens. Yeah. Are you downsizing, Jake? I mean, we're downsizing with chickens. It's just a lot. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody said something, wanted to go back up. Christine said, exactly. We are methodical when we are working. The beauty of maturing. Absolutely. Yeah, you can't get hurt. You can't get hurt. And she said they're getting 2 piglets next month from our friends in Georgia. What kind of piglets are you getting? Very cute. Congrats. That's fun. Are you getting them from Shane? I can't remember his channel. Kinfolk Farm? No, that's what I hatched and raised over the winter. Springtime to go. Yep, gotcha. Makes sense. I have no idea, LOL. Pigs are fun. I love pigs. I think they're fun. I will tell you this, no matter what the breed is, teach them young to behave when they're being fed. I should have done it with mine, and they do well. But with Grant in with the ladies, and Grant has just been he's just nuts. It's a pig that goes awake. Oh, not for nothing, Homestead. That's awesome. Hey, Annette, we were just talking about you. We were saying that you got a bunch of calves hitting the ground because we were talking about calving season. Stuff in my face with Vietnamese-inspired food you made. I don't blame you. But I was really interested in the kuni pig meat. Obviously, it's much smaller than commercial breeds, and we knew that, but the flavor was phenomenal. Beautiful reddish meat, and absolutely delicious. I'm going to show you guys a picture of them. That's the little pork chops. And then this is what they look like cooked. So good. They're sort of like lamb chops, if that makes sense. And you can get them bigger than that. You can let them grow longer if you wanted to. And that's Norman that's what Norman does now that Grant's not with him. He just sits there and sticks his chin through the hole. His chin through the hole and stares at me when I go to feed him. But they turned out really, really well. But this gives you a good idea of how open it is now. Super, super open. You never had a lamb chop, Gwen? Wow. Oh, lamb chops are so good. We have a local person who raises the sheep for fiber and also lamb. Yeah, New York gal, Florida heart. Norman he's so cute. He's so funny. No plans to have a lamb chop? They're so good. Ooh, and that's right there with the lamb chops. Oh Only lamb I've ever smelled when it was cooking smelled so bad. Oh, we need to. Oh, no. Lamb is better now. Much better. Yeah, it's not my favorite, but I like it. I like to have the diversity of it. Spartman, totally get you. I don't. Liver, really? Interesting. Christine said, my uncle and grandpa raised Durocs when I was a kid. I'm obsessed with getting some pigs. Yeah. Our first pigs were Mangalitsa, Duroc, and Berkshire crosses. And I was upset because the lady didn't post again the next year. And she was posting every year because I wanted to get 2 more of them. But they were just delicious. Absolutely delicious. And it's funny, Ryan and I were having this conversation tonight that, we're so programmed when we go into the store, at least in the United States, right? I don't know about Canada, but in the United States, right? It's all about the bigger, the better, right? So you go into the grocery store and you get pork chops and they're huge, right? And if you got these little pork chops in the store, you'd be like, well, I don't want these little pork chops. They're tiny. And it's almost like you have to reprogram yourself, like, because the taste of the kuni was phenomenal. And are they large? No. But I also don't need a pound of bacon. Don't need to cook a pound of bacon for me and Ryan. You know what I mean? It's different if I'm feeding a family, but I know that the family that gave the meat to us to try, they had 3 pigs that they bought from us, and they're a family of 5. So they had those 3 processed, and then they bought 6 from us while they were still raising the other 3. Absolutely. Quality over quantity. But I think it's like a reprogramming sometimes, right? Lisa Clovey said no lamb chops. Maybe lamb is like cilantro. Some people like it and some don't. I get that. Hey, River Rat. Hope you're doing well. Lamb is the most expensive meat here, it seems, for the amount you get. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We usually buy a package from the local farm. Her and I knit together, so we buy stuff from her, and it's really good. Oh, I wish you could have pigs. Pigs are such an easy way to, I mean, if you have the space, or you can have them, I get that. But they're such a great way to have meat in a short amount of time. I mean, it's not like meat birds, but I mean, you can, February to November or October, and you're done if you get a commercial hog. Yeah, I could eat a pound of bacon too. I don't need to, though, but I love it. I know a guy who would love to sell me some Juliana pigs. I don't know a lot about Juliana pigs eating wise. A lot of people like them for pets. I don't know about for eating, but I'm sure you could. I don't see lamb in the store either. My mother used to get lamb at the butcher. I never had lamb, but I'm all in. It's like when when you used to cook, I don't know, I've cooked pork chops from the store and they were dry no matter what I did to them. Ryan cooked the pork and lamb on the smoker grill, and they're just moist and absolutely delicious. I love it. Yeah, exactly. You're just cooking for you, Red. Yep. Bought local pasture raised lamb chops, and they were incredible raw. Woo! Good for you. I can't do that. He said you can eat them, but not worth the effort for the little amount of meat you get for them. Julianas get bigger than Kuni. Or I don't know if it's as fast. I don't know how fast they grow. I don't know if Juliana is a heritage pig. That's like one of the pig breeds I am not familiar with, except I know what they look like. because I had people try to tell me they had kuni kuni. I have not had squirrel. Ryan has had it. Lisa's is no squirrel for her. Tree rats. Squirrel doesn't taste like chicken to me. I have several in the freezer now. Brother shot small game growing up. I tried a little piece. Good deal. The ones he has are the same size or smaller than the kuni kuni. Gotcha. Very cool. Sarah says our homegrown pork is the best we ever had. Could definitely eat a pound of bacon. Oh, I could too. Don't get me wrong. I love bacon. I've only had lamb cooked like a roast, not my cup of tea. Yeah, no, it's got a heavier flavor. I totally get it. Pine cones? What do you mean? Do you mean pine cones like? Oh, maybe I missed something. I've had squirrel. It's not terrible. If I'm ever really hungry, it would be fine. Exactly. Exactly. I could eat 2 pounds of bacon too. I've been researching about curing other meats and smoking like bacon. Yeah, me too. Me too. And we have the smoker now because we want to be able to do that. And that's why we went and got that free freezer refrigerator thing for when we do pigs. New York gal, Florida heart. Tell me tell me about the pine cones. I'm kind of confused. Christine wants to know what squirrel tastes like. British soldiers were here training and said our squirrels taste really bad like tree sap. Yeah, and Annette, I think I've said this to you before. The deer here and the squirrels and the turkeys, a lot of people have said that they don't care for like the squirrel taste and all that because they taste like turpentine from eating all the pine. I don't know. We ate our venison. It was good, but they definitely have a different diet than being out East River where there's more cornfields and such. So, for example, and I will never forget this, I wanted to see if there was any tallow I could render off the venison. There was none. And I saw a girl who cut the tallow off of her deer out in Tennessee, and I couldn't believe what she had. We did not have that fat layer. Have a great weekend, Holman's Homestead. Thanks for being here. Hey, Brian. Hope you're doing well. Oh, geez. Sleep well, Holman's Homestead. Yeah, it's so wild. There is no fat. But in Tennessee, I couldn't believe the fat she got off that deer. Oh, you're going to make that Magolio pine cone syrup. Very cool. I'm just reading the comments. Bear with me as I take a look. I saw something Anne said, and I wanted to go back to it. Only had it cooked with gravy and over rice, a little like rabbit, but if you like deer, you would probably like it fine. Oh, okay. I like game meat too. Game meat is good. So what else are you guys up to, huh? I know Annette and Glenn at the Cow Emporium have horrible weather coming through. gusty, windy, cold, and gusty, windy, cold, and snow. Hey, Xander. Good to see you. River Rat said some states let you set out feeders on hunting plots. Yep. Yep. Usually that's on your own land, isn't it, River Rat? Our calving pasture is flooding right now. Never had water so close to our house. Cows are all locked in. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Jeez Louise. I hope you guys get a break. Sarah had a Rising Swine Farm said, had a new beehive installed this week, just in time for another gusty rainstorm. Ooh, stay safe. Good night, Craig. Thanks for being here. Spartman, I'm waiting to see what this week brings for weather. There's a possibility that the Twin Cities could get some storms. Stay safe, my friend. I heard somebody talking about storms, but I don't see anything for us. We shall see. Andale, we're going to our youngest granddaughter's first ever lamb showing competition tomorrow. She's only 8. We're so excited. Oh, good luck to her, Anne. Oh, that's wonderful, wonderful. That's great. Riverette said the tornado missed me by 5 miles, and the next day I got snow. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're safe. Spartman. I'm not going to say a lot because I probably can't say much about it, but the report stating that the Pennsylvania Department of Ag is going after that Amish farmer for selling his products. Do some research on it. Someone told me to do some research because the person is shadier than they're portrayed. I don't know how true that is, but the overreach is definitely there. But someone said to me that the person who is in trouble is being a lot shadier than he's being portrayed. So just something to consider. So do your own research. 6 inches to 12 feet is what's been talked about here. Who the heck knows right now? All I know, wind, rain, smattering of snow, and more ick. Oh, Alexander, yuck, yuck, yuck. But yeah, but I definitely agree that it's unacceptable for the overreach. Hey, Blue Collar Homestead, hope you guys are doing well. Sounds like it could be a case of the government not liking an individual playing their game. Possibly. Like I said, the rating and all that stuff is uncalled for. I disagree with it. But I need more information to make an informed decision because, unfortunately, all the stuff you see on Instagram is not always correct. All the stuff you see anywhere is not always correct. That's what I heard, Alexander. I don't know 100%. So you guys have to research it yourself and do your research. But, it's like a lot of things that are circulating out there that are not true. You always want to look into it more. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, anybody planting seeds so far? Doing seed starts? I'm kind of curious. Oh, absolutely, Spartman. I am concerned about that as well. And absolutely, I could not agree with you more. Don't worry about the spelling. I know you're probably at work. But no, I agree with you 3,000% on that. And Dale started. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta go back to Andale. Annette at the Cow Emporium said, "What? Social media teachers are awesome." Oh my gosh. Started more seeds today, Andale. Blue collar, onion bulbs going in the ground tomorrow. Dark Lord Menet said, "Oh, hang on, I gotta go moved up. Don't get to plants until later this month. Otherwise, the plants get too root bound by second week of June." Okay. I start my tomato seeds in February. In fact, I have them behind me. Usually what I do is I just keep up potting them and they do pretty good. And then they're in the ground by the end of May, beginning of June, or in the greenhouse, I should say. Blue collar's got onion bulbs going in the ground tomorrow. Sorry if I repeated that. Gwen says her tomatoes are huge. Sparkman looked at the seeds in the stores. Planted potatoes today, need to plant more. Yep. Yeah, I saw your video. I need to watch that. I haven't gotten out there. Debating if I should get anything just so I can watch it sort of grow, get eaten by critters, and then fail to thrive. If I can grow, you can grow, dude. I'm telling you. Not sure why my tomato plant is growing, but no tomatoes. How long does it take? It's been over a year. Is it indoors? Oh, yeah. I had that problem with my hydroponics. Give the plants are they getting buds on them? If they're getting buds on them, give them a shake. Yeah, give them a shake. And sometimes they don't get enough light too indoors, I've noticed. Goat kidding season has been a huge disaster this year. Lots of chaos. Almost lost 3 goats. Oh no. I'm so sorry. Yeek. Yeah, Gwen had a surprise with 2 baby goats in the barn. Give it a shake or take like a paintbrush. Just kind of give it a little pollinate and love. Wow. I don't know. I've got my tomatoes going and I'm going to see what I'm going to start. I bought lavender. I want to try lavender. I have also wanted to look at the bird mags and websites, but I'm staying strong and saying no. Good for you. Yeah, I try not to look at them. I need to scale down on birds. So we're going to stick with what we got for a while. Oh, I'm glad they survived blue collar. How awful. Hello, Barb's Country Home. Good to see you, my friend. Sending you love and prayers as always. Tried lavender several times and it never survives. Probably too hot here. All I want are some magpie ducks and some geese and some Iowa blue chickens and. Yeah. Rising Swine said planted 2 flats of lavender from a local nursery. Oh, nice. I bet it thrives by you, though. I don't know how it's going to do here. We went from 4B to 5A. Not that that matters, but it's just been so nice and delightful. And it's just like, just want to be outside and do stuff. I want to have the lavender because I want it for soap. Oh, nice. Good to know, Alexander. Oh, yeah, bro, cowgirl, you got new baby chicks. Congrats. I'm glad they're doing well. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to hold off on chicks. I don't know. We've talked about pheasant this year. We can only do one or the other, so we have to pick. So we're going to do meat chickens again. Obviously, we have 2 pigs that we're growing for meat. We're going to leave Grant into farrow again this year. And then we have room for one more animal. And so we're probably going to do pheasants and then do ducks next year. We were going to try to do both this year, but it's a little too much. So I don't like lavender, but Glenn can grow it. He babied it for weeks. Well, maybe I need to talk to Glenn then, because I bought seeds. That's all I did. So we'll see how it goes. I've got time. I'm not going to plant it yet. Really, my priority was the tomatoes. And I got a bunch coming up, which is really cool. I need to order some more purple Cherokee and Martinez Romas from Baker Creek. But I probably won't do so until winter because I don't need them right now. I'll see. I don't know. We'll see. But I used up the rest of my purple Cherokee. And I talked to Jessie at Rustic Sodak Farm. She's about an hour and a half north of me, and she loves purple Cherokee also. They did really well there. Would you prefer Cornish Giants over pheasants? Yes, but I don't view them as the same. So like if I'm trying to switch up protein, I would always grow the meat chickens, the Cornish Giants, but I really like the pheasants. The pheasants have been really good in chili and stuff. So, and we raise a smaller amount of them. I don't know if that makes sense. But if I had to only raise one, I would pick the Cornish Giants. But I think the pheasants are like a bonus. Got lucky this year and found turkeys at Rural King. Got 3 of them. Awesome. I should learn how to make tomato sauce paste and spaghetti sauce. Buy yourself a ball canning book. Super easy. Or if you want to email me, Sparkman, I'll help you out. Brian says, my son has pheasant and quail. He's trying to get me to raise pheasant. I told him, no, I have plenty to do without having pheasant. I found the pheasant easy. The biggest thing was, you're going to laugh, Brian. Once we had the pen built, the flight pen for them, that was no issue. The thing that drove me nuts was those darn pheasants in the brooder. I would just slide open the grate that we had on top, and those darn things would get out and fly all over the garage at 3 days old. Once they got out of the brooder and they were going back there, they were fine. I felt they were light on feed. But the other thing is don't you have a lot of pheasant over where you're at, Brian? So you could probably take some out and have some in the freezer. Because I know all over eastern South Dakota, they're everywhere. Like when we went to pick up our pigs in Sisseton, I mean, those pheasant were everywhere. Oh, sad face. You're out of chicken? That's awful, Annette. You got to raise more. You got to figure on. We figure 1 chicken a week because we get 2+ meals out of it. Obviously, we don't We tried to raise 50 last year, but the Cornish Giants like to drop dead on you. But I hate when we run out of chicken. My pepper plant that grew all winter is 4 feet tall and still producing flowers, but no fruit. Huh. Anybody know about that? I think it's too cool for it to do anything. I never overwintered peppers. Gwen might be able to help you, River Rat. Blue said the cost of lamb went up in the 90s due to the droughts in Australia. Farmers are paid $1 a head, but the supermarkets then charged $27 a kilo, 2.2 pounds, and the price never came down again. Jeesh. We love tomato everything. Oh, you got honkers there already? Oh, I'm not a fan of them, honkers. I'm really just not. Blame Tanny. So River Rat, Xander said, get a toothbrush and pollinate it. Blue collar, it's in his house. He grew it outside and brought it in. Barb's Country Home said your pepper plant needs bees to visit it. Brian said, I do have pheasant on the public hunting property next to my place. Just on the other side of my fence is public hunting. Yeah, so you don't need to raise pheasant. Exactly. Canadian assault chickens. Be nice now. I'm just not a fan of the wild geese because there's some ponds around us and they nest up on the rocks. I don't know. I always worry that they've got some kind of disease because again, like when I lived in Connecticut, there would be a lot of disease in the water and they'd have to close places. Give it time. When it gets hot, it'll start producing. I've overwintered peppers numerous times. Oh, yeah, Sparkman. Look at this comment on the screen. We freeze fresh tomatoes, onion, garlic, oregano, basil in a bag. Cook in with your burger once it's brown, and we think that's the best spaghetti sauce. Awesome. That's awesome. I like to do mine a little differently, but I totally think that's awesome. I do mine a little differently because my dad was Italian, and I used to wake up on Saturday mornings, and at 5 a.m. you would smell the garlic and the onion and the tomato paste frying in the pan. Then he would start the sauce, and then it would cook all day long. All day long. I don't like tomatoes, but I love tomato products. Good. Yeah. Yeah, I know, Ann. There's a lot here too. And I always worry that they're going to bring some type of disease in. That's what I always think. I know I'm a little paranoid. But yeah, my father taught me, Annette, to put a little bit of oil in the pan and saute the garlic and onions and the tomato paste. And it would really bring out the flavor. I've heard in Pierre, you have to be very careful. Yeah. Yeah, there's lots of poop everywhere. Hey, Tina Ladybug, hope you're doing well. Yeah, I mean, everything poops. So, I mean, there's always going to be messes. Our shepherds make sure to keep the property clear of the geese. Yeah, I know. I know it. I think I got that crazy thought in my head when the whole avian flu thing was going around, and I was like, I don't want to invite wild animals on the property. The deer are here. I can't do anything about it, but they stay down back. Knock on wood, we've been pretty lucky otherwise. Yeah, that's what I always worried. And I'm a weirdo. I'm a weirdo. I always worry about that stuff. And when I had the wild turkeys up here, all I could think of was like, I don't want you near my chickens because I don't know what you got. you know, those geese are not the nicest Canadians, just saying. Oh, Annette, you are too funny. I think I just get it. I get it in my head, and like I said, in Connecticut, because of the feces, the beaches, the lakes would be contaminated, and they would have to close them because of the bacteria in the lakes from the fecal matter. There, I've said it like an adult, but I always think I don't want their fecal matter on my property. It's so funny. Anything else you guys want to talk about or you want to throw out there as an announcement? I'd be happy to throw it out there for you. I know Andale's got her thing tomorrow and they're going to go to a lamb show. How fun! Her granddaughter is going to be showing her first lamb. Very exciting. But we're hoping to be done with the trees this week. What are the winning Powerball numbers? If I knew those, I would share them with you. I do know you have to be in it to win it. How about that? We feed them. They better be nice or they end up on the dinner table. That's funny. Yep, Blue Collar Homestead does have a YouTube channel. And $50 February 2024 just finished. And Annette and Glenn at the Cow Emporium did an amazing job. Rich and Holly at the Old Swedes Farm did it as well. I kind of had to pass because February kind of came in with the living room and went out with the trees. So I had, sorry, but convenient food was necessary this month. I just couldn't. So, and then like February already started and I had a pizza in my face and I went, uh-oh, screwed up for $50 February. So, but I think it's a really good challenge if you struggle and you don't know where you fall short. Like I know where we fall short, obviously, you know, grains and dairy and all that kind of stuff. But like Annette and Glenn are really, really creative. So definitely something you want to check out. Yeah. Yeah. Barb, you had a pass too. Totally get it. And broke Cowgirl too, going to West Texas for a week and a half. Yep. Yeah, it just got crazy and busy. And I had told Annette, I said, so next year. River Rat, I'll send it to you. I think Lisa Clovey had to leave or her internet's funky. So I will message you after the live if that's okay. Next year. Yeah, next year. But super stoked about everything. Go look at Annette's Instagram page for the Cow Emporium, or if you want to follow them on Facebook, she puts like all the meals out, what they did, and it really, really is amazing. And I know that she inspires me to definitely want to do more stuff. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, Lisa Clover, you're the bomb.com. So Red, I'm not going to send you anything. Lisa just put it in the chat. So that's perfect. Oh, that's nice, Sarah. Thank you. Yeah, it's expensive. I know it. You know, little changes add up. That's one thing I want to end with is little changes add up. I made those reusable paper towels. I made those everyday napkins. We no longer buy them from the store anymore. We do keep one roll of paper towels paper towels. We keep one roll on hand in case there's something really gross that I don't want to put in my washing machine. But other than that, we've been using the reusable paper towels, reusable napkins, doing all that stuff. And little by little, you're cutting down, you're whittling away at stuff. So it's just really a good thing. Good night, blue collar. Thank you. Good luck with the baby. Yes, the grocery store prices are highway robbery. So not working off the farm full time, I'm super motivated to save money where I can. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm trying to think of, so we're not growing peppers. So I did probably triple the tomatoes. I don't have room for all these. I'll do the best I can. I will fit as much as I can in there. But I do want to try green beans again. But I want to try them now that we've cut trees down and see what it does. And hopefully, someone said they planted 80 plants and that was enough for the two of them for the year. So I'm hoping to do that. But again, if I can't do it, we buy a case of green beans from a local farm. But I want to be able to try and do that. So I think that'll be really good. Yep, step by step, one change at a time. Yeah, one change at a time, and then poof, all done. Exactly. Dry the green bean seeds for a winter protein source. I know you did that. That's awesome. That's awesome. I am going to try to grow as many green beans as I can. I'm going to try to grow clumps of things and see how that goes. I don't know. Unfortunately, the biggest tree that blocks the sun to the garden is one we can't take down. So you'd have to pay to have somebody take that down. But the cool part is we do have a greenhouse back there, and I don't think I'm doing cucumbers back there. So I may try to fit 80 green bean plants in a 10 by 20 greenhouse. So to see if I can do it and try to bulk do it that way. Well, guys, we are going to get going. And thank you all for being here as always. You guys are thebomb.com. Stay safe, stay warm, stay dry, stay out of tornadoes, wherever you are, whatever's going on. Prayers for the folks in the panhandle dealing with all the wildfires and stuff. Because it's crazy. So stay safe, everybody. Thanks for coming, and we'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.